Is this project considered an album, mixtape, or EP?
Album. Definitely an album.
And why'd you go that route?
I think it's necessary for monetizing if you're an artist. Like, why not go the album route and get at least some of your money back, if not all of it, if not profit, and monetizing your work. Like, I mean, I'm not in the music hobby, I'm in the music business, so.
Why not make this shorter into an EP?
Cause I think it was time on this project. I couldn't cram it into a short situation because I got real personal, and like this was like a first project feel, like people knowing Justin Paul, the man, versus knowing JayArson. You know, so I went into depth on who I am and why I am the way I am.
And what is the meaning behind the title?
Oh, well, the title stemmed from the first one, In the Meantime. And on the first one, I was kind of like in between I was trying to figure out what I was going to do in the meantime. And I named it In the Meantime to keep my fans at bay, but I really went real lyrical on the first one because people knew me as a trap rapper, but I came in the game like really battle rapping. A lot of people don't know that, but even though the stuff I'm rapping about is real life situations, like people attracted more to my look versus me rapping lyrical. You know what I mean? So people want to hear more of that than the lyrical content. So I had to go back to the roots and let them know, like I studied the game. Like, you know, Jay-Z is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Like, and I consider him one of the greatest lyricists. And I think coming from that era, understanding who Lil Wayne is, being from my city, like I just felt like I had to go. It was doing, the first one was based off of the lyrical one, and this one was piggybacking off of the first one. So In the Meantime, too, was a request by my fan base wanting to hear that continuation of music from me. So.
And who came up with that title exactly?
Me. I was just like, it was pretty cliche, man. I hate to say it. I was just like, well, in the meantime, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm doing in the meantime. So it really wasn't any deep thought into the exact title, but it was more truth than, you know, putting thought into a title. It was really what's going on in the meantime.
Now, since this is a part 2, can we expect more installments to this series?
Now I'm closing a chapter on this series because the project that I dropped, I can't see myself chasing that ghost anymore. Like, that project is that incredible to the point I'm just canceling a continuation, but I got something else in the work, you know what I'm saying? I'm going more the EP route in between time. And, you know, that's just to feed the fans that like the feel of what I created. But I will not be dropping another In the Meantime. It won't happen unless somebody come with a bag and say, JayArson, we need you to do that type of feel of music, and you know, that's a different situation then. But as of today, no, I won't continue it.
Now explain the artwork and the concept for this project.
The artwork, man, it's an elaborate story behind the artwork. Cause first thing first, like I took pictures with this guy from LA, and we went to a cathedral. I took some pictures in the cathedral, and the original artwork wasn't the guy named who took the pictures was Keegan, and the original artwork was based off of me in the church praying. But I was just like, nah, I need this in your face. And all great projects, like just an example, like all great projects have someone's face on the cover. Like, I don't, you know, if you follow hip hop, rap, R&B, whatever, all great projects, the artist stamp they brand with their face. And the guy who did my artwork is Mighty Joe. Joe brand so hard. And, you know, me and Joe are very good business friends. You know, the relationship started off as business, and we went back and forth with the artwork for about a month. So the artwork really came down to the last, like 4 days before I actually released it, that it got changed. And that artwork, that's the artwork, was supposed to be promo work. but he nailed it without trying to on what I explained to him to do the first time. And it was basically with me with a crown on my head. And the crown is not saying that like I'm the king of whatever. The crown is saying like my crown is divine, more or less, like what man look at. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand like my calling is to lead people in certain parts, and like a king is a leader, and that was the meaning behind the artwork. So, but we changed the artwork like about 4 or 5 times, like honestly. So I'm glad he nailed it. Shout out to Joe.
So who actually came up with the final concept then?
Man, it was me. You know, everything I do, like with my music, my sound, my mixing, like I'm hands-on to the point it's ridiculous. Like, but it was my concept, but I told him take a few things out, and it was just supposed to be the promo work. I was like, Joe, take this out, take this out, take this out. And he added his spice to it, and that was the final artwork. And I was like, no, Joe, this is not the promo. This is the artwork. Like, this screams what the project is about.
The release date, was there any significance behind that?
No, man, not at all. The release date was, man, I can't remember the exact date I released it, man. But I don't know if people follow me on Instagram. I did an elaborate campaign of my release date. I just picked a date as far enough and logical enough. Like I think it was a Friday I dropped. You know, like what people was going leading into the weekend, where people are gonna be in their cars, traveling, going to the club, riding in their cars. So I was thinking that when I dropped, but it was no specific reason of the exact date that I dropped, but it was a reasoning with people knowing the time that I dropped. Like everything that I did, social media, in New Orleans, like nobody can't go anywhere without seeing a poster or a sticker of that project in my city. You know what I'm saying? And my campaign was basically like letting them know something great was about to happen. You know, more or less than a drop date.
Whatever that date was, were you happy with what was chosen?
I was anxious, man, cause I was more like anxious to hear the response of fans, the public, and just leading up to the hype that I built up to it. So I kind of got like a delayed reaction on being happy about anything with this business, because you can set yourself up to let yourself down with this type of stuff. So I usually take a time to process everything with drop dates and, you know, stuff like that. So my happy probably came like 2 weeks later. Like, oh man, after the 100th person told me, man, this project I cannot skip a song on this project. And that's when the happiness started to set in, you know, more or less than I'm happy about the drop date. I was more relieved about it because I put my all into it, man, because I was just at a bad place with music, like wanting to not do music anymore. And I had to do something that I was passionate about.
How close were you to quitting?
Man, like I was 80% there. You know, like 80% there. Like man, this bullshit, you know, just having those different emotions, and I just really had to dig deep inside of myself and really like let the people know who I was. So this project is definitely special to me, you know what I'm saying? Because it just gave me a new life on moving forward with music, whether I continue to be a forefront rapper behind the scenes or whatever I'm doing. It just showed me a different insight on me as a creator.
Somebody watching this might have seen the artwork, haven't listened to it yet, or maybe hearing about this project for the very first time.
Yeah.
Without detailing the songs, because we can do that at another point.
Yeah.
Describe the sound, overall speaking, they would hear.
Painful. Sound is real painful, man. I mean, you know, I got into the depth of the project, everything that I went through, getting to this point, like even talking about stuff that I don't talk to about with nobody. I just really sat down and let people in, like, you know, it's real pain on that project, like talking about substance abuse, you know, paranoia is big on that project. So it's real painful, man.
What substance was this?
Drugs, you know, drugs, you know what I'm saying? Drunken power, like within my ego at times, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about that stuff that I don't really truly get a chance to express.
What drug was it specifically, though, aside from the drunken power part?
I talk about cocaine usage in the project. You know, like that ain't nothing I'm proud of. That ain't nothing I'm promoting to kids. Not crack cocaine, but snorting cocaine. I talk about that in the project. That's something I never really talk about, you know, because at the end of the day, I don't frown on anyone on they substance abuse situation. Like if somebody a crackhead, I don't look at a crackhead no different than I look at a weed head. I'm not here to judge anyone based off whatever their vice may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, long as you can control yourself and not get swallowed up and handle your business and go to work and do whatever you need to do for your family, like, how can I judge you? So yeah, I'm talking about that on that project, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
That's something you don't use anymore, though.
I mean, you know, that's something that I stay away from. I mean, that's something that's not something that I do every day or nothing like that, or smoke every day, or sipping lean. I'm talking about sipping lean, you know, in there, like a lot. But that's not something that I need to do. Like, I don't have a need to want anything in life except see my kids succeed. So it's not a need or something that I do now. You know, I might click out and do something tomorrow. Who knows where I'm at? But that's not what I'm promoting, or that's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying at times I've been in that dark place. You know what I mean? More or less. Yeah, that's what I do every day. Nah, that's not the message that I'm saying, or that's not what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? Or to anybody that's watching this, you know, like, some people may be battling alcohol addiction and, you know, hear my project and it might help them with it. And that's why I let people in on that, more or less on helping them understand that there's a lot of people like you out there, more than you know. And a lot of people are ashamed or scared of what the public will say about them. But I'm not. And I don't want you to be. I want you to be better, whoever you may be.
You say abuse.
Yeah.
Are you addicted to that particular drug?
No way. No way. Mm-mm.
Now, how honest are these lyrics?
100%.
Not on that particular song, but I'm talking about on the overall project.
100% honesty. 100% to the fact that I recently had a listening party and my mom was there. And, you know, people were asking, you know, because I got a song with my mom on it. People was like, is this stuff true? Like, that happened? My mom was like, yeah, my son only raps about things that he go through and experience. Like, he doesn't, because I don't know, I can't do that. I can't misguide the people, especially like the youth, the people, like the young people that's looking up to me. Like, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody know me personally, like, you know, besides some females in my day, I'm not gonna tell you a lie. And it, you know, it done got to the point of maturity at a time where I'm not even about to tell a female a lie, you know. So it just, Cause I'm not living like that in that light anymore with different females and stuff like that, meaning lying to them to keep them all at bay. But like, I'm not a lying individual, you know what I mean? Like, I speak the truth and I stand on what I say because I really feel like your word is my bond. Like if I tell you something, if I tell you it's gold, it's probably platinum. So these lyrics are 100% true.
You write these lyrics or freestyle punching?
This project was probably 80% punching, 80% punching. Cause it was me recalling a lot of things. So it was stuff I couldn't write on. The engineer, shout out to Nell. I did a whole vlog on everything I did leading up to the project, and he expressed it like a lot of stuff wasn't punched in. A lot of lyrics was like real painful. What tears came down in the boot. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really write it because it was just pain that was so fresh that I never got a chance to talk about it. It was just easy to create, more or less.
The amount of songs on this project, why that amount?
Because I'm not I see the game is going a different way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I see people going right, I want to go left. Like everybody wants to put out 6 songs, everybody want to put out 7 songs, and I want to. When you listen to that project, if anybody listens to it, you go understand why I put that many songs on there. It's just it's real music, and I did that as a message to, I'm not with conformity if it's not needed. Like, I don't want to be somebody just following what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? I want to be an individual. And a lot of times, like being an individual, you gonna get ridiculed for that. But I don't have a problem with it because I feel like that's what's gonna separate me in the history of this stuff and what's gonna put me apart on my greatness of what I will become.
How many songs did you have to choose from originally before you got to the final 10?
Man, I probably had about 30 tracks to choose from.
How'd you narrow it down? What was the process behind that?
The feel of the music. Like it's a certain feel on the project, like that it's just some of them didn't mesh well. You know what I mean? Like some songs that I did record, the tempo was too slow. The narrative wasn't the same as the narrative that I'm going through on the project. It just wasn't fitting. Everything that's on that project was fitting to the T. It was one song that didn't make the project because of clearance issues, and I was pretty upset about it because it was a missing piece to the project that I felt like made it a masterpiece. And my homie K-Mongo did the beat on it, and it was just like, that was the only producer that I knew personally on that project too. So it just kind of was frustrating. But for the most part, it was easy. It was an easier process than it may seem for me because all those songs fit a narrative, tell a story.
So you eventually get the song cleared?
Nah, I didn't get the song cleared. It didn't make it. I had to take the project down, re-upload it. I'm working on trying to get the shit cleared as we speak. But hopefully it might be on in between time. Who knows? Hopefully I could get it cleared. But that was just like a side of it. Like this project was definitely growth because that was the side of the business that I never experienced before. Like me, I'm independent. To have to figure out how to get a record cleared, that was just definitely growth as an artist that I haven't experienced before. You know what I'm saying?
How long did that narrowing down process take from 30 to 10, if you could estimate?
Probably like about a couple days, if that, a day. Really listening to it, driving around. A day of processing it, like really listening to it, narrowing it down. That's not it. That's not it. Like, it took about a day. That's about it.
Who put this track list together?
I put the track list together, Me and one of my homies, he listened to it with me, and we kind of like went back and forth. He gave me an idea, and I went with what I felt worked. So you know, a lot of my homeboys like listened to it with me, and we kind of like narrowed it down that way.
How long did that part of the process take? The track list?
Probably like a couple hours, not long.
How did you premiere this project?
Man, what you mean as far as premiere meaning?
Did you post it on all streaming platforms simultaneously, or did
simultaneously?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying. I really wanted to do something exclusive, man. But I was just like, I'm not at that point in my career yet. You know, maybe hopefully I could keep growing to that point to where I can do like a direct Apple Music deal, Spotify deal, whoever, you know, whatever fitting. You know, I'm not saying that to single anybody out that I'm looking to do it with, but pause. But yeah, like eventually I'm gonna get there, and that's what I really wanted to do, but it just wasn't. Being a new artist, breaking in the market, that just wasn't smart to do at the time, because everybody have whatever streaming service they have. Nobody's gonna stop doing what they're doing to get your streaming services if your brand isn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I broke it across to everybody yet. Let everybody use whatever streaming service they use, so y'all can buy it with me.
Were there any regrets with this project?
None. Zero regrets. None at all. None at all. The only thing I really just disliked was that, you know, that track didn't have that sample clearance on it. But as far as like creative process, track listing, artwork, I am 100% behind this project more than I've been behind anything I ever done. Like, this project is like a newborn baby to me.
Any remorse on the track list order?
None.
After the project was released?
None at all. None at all.
You say, could have put this track a little higher, could have put this a little lower.
Nah, it flows right. Everything flows right to the T.
From start to finish, how much time did this project take to put together?
Oh my goodness.
Recording to putting it out.
Man, it probably took me about a year and some heavy change. With just cause like I be doing a lot of shit, man. Like, you know, really like just trying to keep the bag flowing business wise, starting businesses and, you know, taking care of the kids, making sure the bag flowing in and out of town. You know, it's just like at some point I had to focus, cause I had been working on a project for like a year, and I wasn't gonna put the project out yet. I was supposed to put another project out, but in the midst of that, I kind of didn't want to rap anymore. So I was real passionate about the music I was creating on this project. So this project, I definitely zoned in on it the beginning of this year, like in the last year, but it took about a year and some change to like really glue it together.
Speaking of the bag, financially, how much does a project like this cost to create?
Oh my goodness. Look, studio time, man, beats, goddamn time I lost from doing I could have been doing other shit. This project definitely was put me in over 10. I could easily say, like, just the creative part of it. And, you know, the promo shit. I got billboards coming up. Man, you better be ready for this shit, like, for real. Like, you know, this rap shit is a expense, and that's why you have to monetize, you know. That's why I tell anybody, like, monetize. Because this shit ain't cheap if you really trying to do this, man. And your competition is mainstream. I don't give a shit who you is, where you recording. You could be recording in your closet. Your competition is mainstream.
Did you go over or under your budget?
Definitely went over my budget on this. Definitely went over my budget. What I would rather do is shit. If it was up to me, I wouldn't spend a dime. Like, you know, but this shit don't work like that. This is music business. Engineer got to get paid. Studio time got to get paid. Producers got to get paid. Shit a business, like I said, you know, at the end of the day. So I definitely, you know, most of the time I will go over my budget because I'm a elaborate thinker. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do shit to the T. I want to do it professional as I can. I want to be the best at whatever I'm doing in life. I just want to be the best at it. And, you know, sometimes the best take a little couple dollars to make it happen. I ain't had no investors in on none of this shit. Like, it's all me.
Was that amount worth it?
Definitely, man. This project priceless. You know what I'm saying? Like, even it's worth it by if one person come to me and they have and told me that I got them through some shit, that was worth it to me. Because, you know, you gotta love this shit first. You gotta love what you doing with this music shit first. You know, it can't always be about the money, but definitely, like, if you go do something, monetize the shit, how I feel on it, but you have to love this shit first, and I love this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love making music. I love interacting with the fans. I love interacting with people stopping me and telling me, man, that shit was fucking hard, or man, this song got me through this, or, you know, like, it definitely was worth it just off of the response that I've been getting positive feedback from it, people telling me I help them through shit.
This your best work to date musically?
Personally, I think, you know, you have to like really ask a hardcore fan, or you have to really dissect all my music. But I had people tell me different. I had people come up to me and tell me one was better, which I don't agree with. So, you know, I just feel like it was my best work to date. Based off of like the time I put into it, I never put this type of effort into anything musically that I ever done. So, hands down, I feel like it's my best work.
Why are there no features on this project?
It's too personal. It was supposed to be one feature. Ironically, it was the record that got pulled off. Freeway was supposed to be on the project. I don't know if Free knows, but business-wise, like, things was getting handled under the table. And when I listened to the track, I was just like so competitive. Like, it just wasn't fitting for another artist to get on it. Like, it could have been taken. I don't care who was featuring on it. It could have. It was. I just personalized the track. You know what I'm trying to say? And I ain't really big on features personally. Like, I feel like you work hard enough as an artist, whatever feature that you want is gonna contact you. I feel like the money you'll put into a feature, the money you go put into making a feature come to the video, why don't you create a hit and push it yourself? That's my personal opinion. I'm not big on features, but, you know, I understand at some point they're necessary, I guess, because that's just the way the game goes, but I don't have to play that game. I'm independent.
Why Freeway of all people?
Man, if you listen to the project, man, it got that type of Jay-Z, Free at Last, Rick Ross feel. And it was just fitting. Like, the beat was fitting for it, for the Freeway feature. And, you know, Freeway is somebody that I admire within their career, things they did, his sound. I still listen to his music. I just cut Free off in the whip not too long ago. So, you know, it was just personal, and then I just felt like it was fitting at the same time. Like, you know, like, yeah.
The producers on the project, only one of the producers was a repeat producer, meaning a producer you worked with in the past?
Yeah, only one of them was.
Everybody else was with the first
fresh.
time?
Yeah, first time. I just, I don't know, it just happened like that. It wasn't nothing I planned. If I could use all my homeboys personally, if I could use people from my city, people I personally know, I'm all for it. But the production that was on this project just wasn't fitting. And I reached out to a lot of producers in my city personally first, and, you know, they know who I'm talking to, but, like, it just didn't work. It ain't nothing personal. Sometimes business just fall like that.
What's your favorite song on this project?
Tears.
Why?
Because it has a message to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it got a different type of message. Tears is just about like you know, when the track comes on, I first talk about it. I say I rarely cry. I cry a lot in my sleep, and then you know I get into the hook or whatever. And Tears was just me recapping just painful events in my life that leading me to here. Like I didn't always have gold on my neck or diamonds in my teeth and goddamn $950 sneakers on. Like I ain't always had that shit just for nothing. Like so Tears was just a reflection on being thankful, remembering the pain. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I talk about issues as a black male, you know, just not get in that song, like just how you know the unfairness of how America treats young black males and black males in general. You know, I talk about social issues in that song, and like you know, I even go into details talking about like dude get popped one time with one key and they just throw him away. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's just the pain that I feel, pain that I experience, pain that I watch. You know, childhood friends go through, like get lost in the system and stuff like that. So you know, I shed my tears for those people in that record.
What was the most unjust you've experienced? What event?
Man, it's a lot of them, man. I could remember. I could remember, man, being about 15, and I was going to a football game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I had my little permit or whatever, and you know, the police like just pulled me over just 'cause I had long hair. You know what I'm saying? Young black male, like took me out the car. You know what I'm saying? Roughed me up, threw me on top of the car. It was hot as shit. The car was hot, threw me on top of the hot car, roughed me up. Like being introduced to that, it's a whole bunch of situations, but that one stood out to me because I was only like 15. You know what I'm saying? Like I experienced shit like that normally just being from the area that I'm from in the world. And you know, that's just one that stood out to me, just being 15, getting introduced to on another level that these people are not for you. You know, these people are not here to help you. They're here to chastise you in any way they can in an unjustly manner. Not to mention, you know, just going through legal shit as a man. Man, I could go on and on about that. We could talk about the whole segment of that shit, like getting accused of crimes I ain't commit, having to pay for lawyer fees and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just even sitting in jail for months at a time for some shit I ain't had nothing to do with, just by association, just stupid shit, man. Like the system ain't set up for people that look like me. You know, the shit wasn't built on. It wasn't built on nothing just. So that's why unjust shit happens all the time. You know, it's facts. It's proven facts. Like the KKK transformed into the police department at some point in time. You don't believe me? You can look the shit up. So you know, this shit ain't designed by chance. It ain't an accident. It ain't a coincidence. It is what it is. It's America.
What ethnicity, nationality, or race were the police officers that pulled you over when you were 15?
They was Caucasian, white, whatever you want to call them. But I mean, I've been treated unfairly by black police too. You know, like I look at them all the same, personally. I don't look at white police and a black police different, but I know what's up with the white police though, you feel me? 9 times out of 10.
Why would black police officers treat
What?
people of their own color?
Man, I never forget. Was in San Antonio. And my partner, you heard me, get pulled over. And I was in the military at the time. We get pulled over, I told him, I said, bruh, whatever you do, don't tell that cop you're in the military. you know, just let him do whatever he do. He like, first thing he do, he don't listen to me. I was like always younger, but like just being where I'm from in the world, I was just a little faster than most people that was around me. And he told him he was in the military. Oh man, he handled them even worse. But I say this to say this. When he looked at me, he said, man, how you knew that? I said, you gotta think about it. Most cops, they probably wanted to go into the military. Probably had flat feet, whatever the case being. Probably got kicked out, probably ain't worked out for him, probably couldn't go into it. And you telling him, you being a person from an urban area, you dress like, look like what they call a criminal. He not go process that how this dude that look like this from this place of the world is like envious. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of times, black police officers, if they got a chip on their shoulder, will harass another black man due to the fact that maybe his wife got cheated on with somebody that look like you. Maybe he used to get beat up by somebody that look like you. Maybe he got picked on in school by somebody that look like you. So it's a psychological thing, I think, you know, personally, like just experience in life that I've seen firsthand.
These times you were in jail for a crime you were associated with but not committed, were you released? Were you
eventually?
Were you found?
Yeah. I was,
charges dropped or whatever.
Charges dropped. You know what I'm saying? Charges dropped or whatever. You know, so it worked out. I feel like you know, God got His hands on my life for whatever reason, and I'm here telling my story through my music to help somebody else make better decisions and, you know, being aware of things that they doing in life. And I know that's why why eventually I will blow up, because of the message that I'm giving to my people and the message that I'm giving in the meantime too, within the music.
Are you compensated because charges are dropped and you're...
No, man, no indeed. Man, no indeed, man. Like, at a point in time, man, you just gotta pick your battles. I don't feel like that's a battle. I ain't tripping off of that. I'm good. Like, you know, like, if anything, it built character. The balance of it, the balance of the pain, and I got some hits on there. You know what I'm saying? I got some for the ladies on there. The balance of it is amazing. Like, you know, just the orchestration of everything. Just being able to tap into anybody's mind on that project. If you like lyrics, I tapped into it. If you like storytelling, I mastered it. If you like radio sounding stuff, I got stuff on that like that. For just the balance of the project overall is like whatever word you could elaborate in your mind to use as a adjective. That's what it is.
Anybody you want to shout out you didn't mention that helped in regards to this project?
Oh, man, shout out my homie, K Marco, first thing first, just for always believing in me, you know what I'm saying? And shout out my partner, DJ Duff, man, because it was a certain point of time when I wanted to quit that he actually like really, you know, we had a talk, you know what I'm saying? He like, basically like, what else you gonna do, Jay? Like, you was born for this. And everybody that's around me, man, people around me, they love me for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, on another level, man. Shout out my moms and RIP my pops. Shout out Marley Sosa, you know, holding it down. Man, the list goes on and on, man. If I forgot to shout you out, I'm human, man. I love all y'all. I love everybody that's streaming the album, supporting me. Real tough. Shout out to y'all.